Good morning, good evening, happy day, everybody. My name is Reverend Barbara Samuel, and along with Reverend Gwen Smith, we are your co-spiritual leaders, and you have arrived at a Froggy Friday. This is a place where love happens everywhere, and it transcends into beyond and around the world just by our little square boxes right here that we are sharing with everybody. So welcome, good morning, and how is everyone? Give me a thumbs up. I've just learned how to use that emoji.
Let's do the emoji.
uh, we are so happy that you are here to celebrate life with all of us. We are global. We are in Canada. We are in the States. We are in North America. We're in Europe. And we are right here in Kenya, in Africa. And we are so happy to be celebrating life with each and every one of you. Today, we have a great day. I'm going to share about love wins. And our shining lights, we have Paul who will do our opening treatment, Rahema will do our meditation, and Nancy's going to jump in and do our closing benediction. So we welcome all of you. We're so excited as we prepare for our 2024 Heart of Africa conference. We have so many registrants, so many things happening. We're diving into love and life. So let's start as we do with all things. We will get Paul to do the opening treatment. Following, Rahema will jump right into that meditation, and then we'll get into some singing, and we'll do the talk.
We usually have Nancy do that opening song right before the meditation to open us.
Nancy knows exactly what to do.
Nancy's on it.
You do it, Nancy. I told her already. Don't wait for me.
Okay.
Away you go, Paul.
Thank you. So let's take some time just to center, to go within, not only remember, but also appreciate this wonderful teaching that there is only one. This I know to be true, that the whole of this universe is just one expression of God. God expresses itself in different forms. It expresses as me, and I know it expresses itself just like everybody else in this service. We are all different expressions of this one, perfect, whole, and complete. And with this realization, I declare and I claim the perfect unfolding of this gathering, of this teaching, of this service. It is divinely ordained for its own good and for our own good. Everything is unfolding perfectly. We're in the perfect place and we are doing the perfect thing. So this is God expressing itself. I'm grateful for this realization. I'm grateful for the gathering. I'm grateful for the sharing of life amongst ourselves. And I'm grateful for this teaching. And I release my word into the law, knowing even as I speak it, it's already taken shape. I rejoice, I appreciate, I say, and so it is.
So it is.
And so it is.
And so it is.
I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know.
And in this stillness,
as we continue opening ourselves to the wonder of spirit, seated comfortably at our seats, with our eyes closed, let us center ourselves in this moment right here, right now, breathing in this wonderful day, breathing in this essence of spirit that is present right here, right now, breathing in all that we are in this moment, and breathing out any tension, anything that may be pulling us away from this perfect moment that is now. And as you continue to breathe in and breathe out, taking notice of our surroundings, observing and letting go, we relax in this essence of spirit that is love. And in this moment, we claim this love within ourselves. We breathe in, we breathe out this love. And silently, we claim in our minds that we are love. We claim that we feel this love. We claim that we have this love within ourselves. We claim this love that we are speaking for ourselves. That we see this love expressing itself through and as us. And we claim that we know, we deeply know that this love right here, right now, it surpasses anything that may be in our past or in our future. And as we relax in this love for the next few minutes, we quietly and silently lay a claim to it, because this love is eternal. And in the next few minutes, we let it permeate every fiber of our beings. And then when the time is right, I will call us back. And now, in this stillness, in this quietness, we have laid our claim to this love. We know it is the essence of our beings. We know that it is who we are. And in this knowing, we embrace it as we bring back our awareness to this present moment. So slowly breathing in and breathing out. We bring our awareness to this session of Froggy Friday. Thank you.
Thank you, Rahima, and thank you, Paul, for the most perfect treatment and meditation for today, for the talk titled Love Wins. If you're joining us and you're popping in while we were into our treatment meditation, we welcome you. We see you. We're so grateful that you're here. And I want to take this time to get us to sing a little something, something like we always do. Reverend Gwen, I know you're going to join me today.
Absolutely.
You guys know this song. Feel free to sing along. And don't forget, I love my spirit fingers at the end. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are a part of one another. We're born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one.
We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are a part of one another. We're born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one.
We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. Well, we are a part of one another. We're born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. When it's all said and done,
we are one.
One. So good to see everybody. Welcome,
Let's
welcome,
see your
welcome.
fingers. Let's cheer this lady on. Let's bring forward our very own Reverend Barbara Sammy to talk about Love Wins.
Oh,
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Thank you, Reverend Gwen. Love wins. We are a perfect demonstration of love winning right here today. Good morning, good evening, happy day, everybody. I'm here all to tell you, just like I just said, love wins. Always, always. No matter the situation, no matter what you may be going through, love wins always. As many of you know, I get to do a lot of weddings throughout the year. So does Reverend Gwen. Most ministers do. And you, ministerial students, will do the same. And I always say to my couples that I am the fly on the wall for love. I get to witness people's most grand day of love ever. And I truly consider this job a privilege. I get to see people celebrate their love in many different ways, some grandiose, some small, some intimate, some private, some humble, some explosive and dynamic. But here's the thread: love. And couples, well, they ask me whether they're religious or non-religious or spiritual or believe in God or not. I'm often asked to read 1 Corinthians from the Bible. And it says, love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. This verse surmises so much of what love means to folks. Our greater organization, International Centers for Spiritual Living, it has a theme that we kind of try to follow every month. And I'm so delighted to be sharing my favorite topic with all of you, love. It's a short little word that is a verb. It's used as a noun, as an adjective. It's everything. And in my opinion, love is the most powerful emotion and feeling that we can experience. Love can be the feeling of deep affection or care for another, romantic love, familial love, friendship, a love shared with animals or pets, love that connects us to others and to nature and helps us form meaningful relationships. I believe that love can heal everything, everyone, and love lives forever, even after someone has transitioned. My mom has been gone since 1988. That's 36 years ago. I was a young woman of 23 when she transitioned, and she was a young woman of 50. And I have to tell you, there is not one single day that passes that I do not remember, feel, celebrate the love we shared and that she was. It's never, ever dismissed, withered, or ever gone away. Where am I hearing that echo? I'm going to mute Lamech. There. Is that better? Are you hearing it? You're not hearing it. Perfect. Thank you, Patrick. So to me, love is endless, it's timeless, and it's never ending. But I want to tell you about my foundation of love and where the ability to love another, despite circumstances or conditions, can be very powerful and where it comes from. It's also a short, tiny little word and so powerful. And it's called by many names. That word is God. In the science of mind, we say that the word God is synonymous with love because God is all there is. Love must be all there is, right? But as I say that, I'm looking around, maybe your mind might be flooded with thoughts of, but we're living in a world filled with war, with violence, with division. Stay focused on the one word, God. I admit, sometimes in our life, when we have challenges, struggles, strife, pain, it's sitting in your chest, confusion, all of it, it may be challenging to see that God or love resides behind that darkness. Today, because of these experiences, friends, we're being invited to lean into love and to express love out loud, purposefully and intentionally. This year for me personally has been hard. Personally, I have felt like I am in it. You know what I mean? Has anybody felt like that? Family challenges. My daughter's struggling. And they say that when a mom is as happy as her most unhappy child. And my daughter's going through it, so I feel it a lot. Any parent here, yes, can imagine or relate to that? Can I, yeah? And because, yeah, thank you. Because of that experience, it has brought some financial challenges. I'm working more than I would like to, but I'm grateful because I'm helping her family. This year, both my husband and I have experienced health challenges, and we're on the other side, but we went through it. Creatively, I have been a little stunted. As you all know, I'm part of a band called Sister B and the Boys. And while my gigging, my performances have been put on a slower schedule than preferred because my bass player decided to take a job in another city. So every quadrant of my life, every quadrant of spirit, health, wealth, creative expression, relationships, they've all been shook. Friends, we're being invited to lean into love and express love out loud. And I can guarantee that I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the love of Reverend Gwen, our board, our committees, our colleagues, our friends, my family, including our powerful practitioners and knowers of truth. If it wasn't for love, I couldn't be here. I'm a demonstration of love wins. Yes, I've been tired, worn out, exhausted, scared, too busy, not busy enough, all of it. But my sense and feeling and commitment to love, to God, to faith walks me through it all. Every single breath, every single step, and every single heartbeat. So when I'm in it, I get to ask myself the question, what is love here to teach me? What is love here to teach me? The truth is, love understands love. It needs no talk. It needs no proof, just recognition. God is the answer to the questions. God is the healing to the hardship. God is the space to transform the pain. And I know it appears hard, but I believe we can change. And we are actually changing the world when we lean into love. When we become advocates for love, when we advocate ourselves and each other's right to express love in our own unique way, it helps create a world that works for everyone, yes? Regardless of the challenges we're facing in our personal lives or in the world, love is the answer. You've heard me say it before. The universe makes no mistakes. Every experience is unfolding for the highest and best for the world at large and our personal experiences. And when we live from the understanding that love always wins, we consciously see how love is always unfolding right before us. The science of mind says the world is beginning to realize that it has learned all it should through suffering and pain. Come on, friends. I don't believe that there can be an intelligence in the world, in the universe, that wishes anyone to be sick, to suffer pain, to be unhappy, or just to end in oblivion. I don't believe it. And if God or universal intelligence is imbued with goodness, and I'm here to tell you it is, then it cannot ordain that we should ultimately be other than a perfect expression of life. We are already perfect expressions of life. Change or shift is simply an unlearning of the lessons of fear that have been passed down to us for generations. When we choose to live consciously from the understanding that love is all there is, we get to experience a life of love greater than we have ever known. Love wins. It's in the air. It's never wrong. It's all we need. It endures. Love is forgiving. Love is all there is. Yes? One of my recent daily affirmations is I choose to remain conscious, present, and aware of the presence of love. I choose to remain conscious, present, and aware of the presence of love. Friends, I know we can look, and many of us look at the events in the world and we're concerned for our future. But I want to tell you, if we look at our past, we can see that we've always been just fine. There has always been conflict, dis-ease, division. However, healing, growth, and compassion have also existed through those ages. Yeah? I believe, and I'm telling myself this as I'm saying this to you, I believe love is the solution to every problem. Any experience that causes conflict is actually an invitation for us to shift, Barbara. When we dive deeper into love to resolve any situation that arises, we allow that shift to occur, Barbara. Conflict always allows us to practice radical forgiveness. When we respond to our challenges with radical forgiveness, we demonstrate the value of forgiveness itself. feels good. Our choices serve as an example to others. If I'm forgiving myself, if I'm practicing radical forgiveness and I'm telling you about it and I'm sharing it with you, your choice is that you can now serve others and show them how radical forgiveness can look as that ripple effect. Every challenge is an invitation to discover how love resides behind it. And I want to remind you and celebrate with you that when we love ourselves, I guarantee our lives will shift. When I love myself, my life changes. When I love you, your life changes. When you love you, your life changes and my life changes because you love you. This is the authenticity of joy. Authenticity inspires joy. When we're out in the world serving as an example of self-love, we're proving to others that love always wins. Our decision to embrace who we are inspires others to do the same. Our decision to accept ourselves for who we are, knowing that we are that perfect reflection of God, inspires others to do the same. Loving ourselves out loud attracts people into our lives who celebrate with us. Instead of just merely tolerating ourselves, we now get to love ourselves and others. Loving ourselves and each other aligns us with beautiful opportunities, experiences, peace, and joy. Yes? Are you with me? Let me see you. Let me see you. Oh, God is the space to transform pain. Thank you, Reverend Gwen. So powerful, so true. Spiritual fam, we are called into action today. We all have the power to respond to the conflict around us with love. Are you with me? This doesn't mean that we ignore or spiritually bypass world events. No, it means taking effective action within our own communities, our community, our family, our relationships, and it requires that we start by loving ourselves. It's really important to find the balance between self-care and giving back to our own community or to our family or to loving the people around us in a more constructive, useful way of our time rather than complaining. I don't know about you, but when I get stuck in the mud, I complain. And Reverend Gwen has heard me say, I'm so sick of hearing myself. I'm so sick of hearing myself. I don't want to talk about myself anymore. Reverend Claire has heard me say it. We've been online. Karen has heard me say it. I just don't want to talk about myself anymore when I'm in it. But when I'm loving the people around me in a more constructive, useful way of my time, I get to share from a place of love, faith, trust, hope, peace. And when we serve by example and share our experiences with the people around us, hopefully, prayerfully, we inspire others to do the same. That beautiful text that we all get to read, the Science of Mind text, that's real thick and has a lot of excerpts and other books that have been birthed from it. If we look at love long enough, we shall become lovely. If we look at love long enough, we shall become lovely. For this is the way of love. God is love. If we gaze longingly at joy, it will make its home and reside within us, and we shall enter its portals and be happy. Love. It's the grandest healing and drawing power on earth. Nothing, not one thing, even you yourself, cannot keep us from the love of God, because it exists in those folks who are even pushing, shoving, and pushing it away, even if they don't know. The same God that resides in me resides in you, and the same God that resides in you is in me. I don't know about you, but that's a relief. That's a comfort. What a joy. What a relief to know that all is well with the soul. I want to remind you, hear me say this. Love is what we were born with. Fear is what we have learned here. The spiritual journey is the relinquishment, the giving up, or the unlearning of fear, and the acceptance of love back into our hearts. Marianne Williamson said it best in her book, A Return to Love. Energy can heal, and that's why love can heal. As you explore your inner energy, a whole world of discovery opens up to you. Deepak Chopra said, when you remember that your internal reference point is your spirit, when you are immune to criticism and unfearful of any challenge, you can harness the power of love and use energy creatively for the experience of affluence and evolution. It's in the 7 spiritual laws of success. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. I feel love today because I am loved today. And the emotion that I feel is the emotion that I told you is the most powerful emotion that we have, love. I want to close with a story. Albert George McCalla and Margaret Ann Barbara Geary lovingly were married January 6th, 1954 in the province of Alberta, right here in Canada. She was 36. No, he was 36. She was 16. He was white. She was black. Despite extreme opposition and challenges, they chose to love each other and marry each other. They married each other at a time when interracial marriages were not supported, embraced, or even celebrated. And they birthed 7 children. They lost 2. They loved deeply and hard, and they fought the same way. They had their challenges, but they chose to love each other, themselves, their children, their 2 families who had actually disowned both of them because of their decision to marry and love each other. But most importantly, they had God at the forefront of their relationship and lives. For 34 years of marriage before Margaret passed, they stood in their truth, contributing to a wave of marriage equality. They didn't even know they were doing it. Love led the way. They were a couple of marginalized individuals throughout history who fought for the right to be themselves, paved the way for the global shift. And I'm glad they did. They were my parents. And without their deep desire to love, I wouldn't be here with all of you today. They were my examples of love in action. Friends, freedom starts with an individual's decision to love out loud. I believe whatever the question, love is the answer. And I invite you today to look for love in every place you go, in all the people you interact with, the events of the world, and most of all, within yourself. If we want to see more love in the world, we must be willing to live as an example of love in action. So I want to share these questions with you to ponder. 3 questions. And I can copy them and put them in the thread. Do you believe that love is all there is? Can you trust that all of life is unfolding perfectly? And how would your life look if you believed that love was always in action? Have you told anyone today that you love them? Has anyone told you? Well, I love you. I love you, and I want you to hear it every day of your life. I want you to know that Reverend Gwen and I adore you. We value you. We treasure you. We love you. And when you believe that, you feel that, you embrace that, you know that, go and tell somebody you love them. Love is contagious and infectious. And if we believe God is love and God is all there is, then we are 100% love. We are one love, just like we sing about. So loving you is loving me and loving myself and loving all others. It's the love paradox. Love is energy. It's powerful. It's transformative. So I want to conclude, and I would ask you to consider this in your daily challenges of your everyday life. Everything and everyone comes into your life to be loved. The angry neighbor, the flat tire, the diagnosis, the self-doubt, every single thing, everything and everyone is waiting for our love, our blessing. So just look out and see what and who you can love today. Can you join me? Won't you join me? Thank you. Thank you.
I got to unmute. Thank you. And yes, I love and adore you.
I know. And I love and adore you. I feel it. I know it without hesitation. And Jerry, I know all of us here, we love each other.
Barb,
It's
can
a
you just give
beautiful.
us a few of that line? I love you. No, I love
Oh,
you.
I love myself so much that I
That's
can
it.
love you so much, and you can love you so much, and you can start loving me. Hey, hey, hey. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, and you can love you so much, you can start loving me.
Yes. I just think that was singing in my head the whole way through, but I couldn't quite get the words. Ah, amazing. Of course. Of course. At the source of everything is God, love, spirit. Ah, take a breath. That was beautiful. Thank you, Barb, for your message and the questions to ponder. Can have you got them in the typing them in the
I don't remember
chat,
what they
everyone?
were. Let me remember what they
That would
were,
be
and I'll
great.
go type them.
Okay. Excellent. Any questions for our Reverend Barb? Any comments? When you came into this service today, were you feeling about here and now you're up here, or how you shifted and changed just by hearing that inspirational talk? Patrick.
I will comment.
Yes.
And that was a great talk. Any talk about love is great. And that
Yes.
is
Great.
fantastic. And
You said that with a Scottish brogue. It's great.
great. And there's so many songs. In fact, I think 90% of the songs ever sung are about love.
Yep.
True.
And I remember two of them right now. I think they used to be sung around either 70s or 80s or 90s. One of them said, "What's love got to do with it?"
Oh,
Tina
what's
Turner.
got to do with it? What's love but a
Yeah,
second
and then
portion?
another one that I remember was that now that we have found love, what are we going to do with it?
Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the paradox, again, just to comment briefly, the paradox is that although we know and we understand many people are selfish, they look within, they love themselves. They don't know, or rather, it is because of the same self-love done negatively that they feel out of place.
Yeah.
Because although we are supposed to love ourselves, we really understand ourselves, we are supposed to share that love. And it's in sharing that love that is reflected back to us. And keeping that love within yourself, you are short-circuiting. And therefore, you don't get it back. You keep on getting those negativities. But when we
Right.
share that love, it comes back. It reflected to us. And as you say, the universe makes no mistake. And
No, not
everything is
one.
love. But if we keep to ourselves, we don't get anything more. Thank you very much.
You're
Patrick,
right, Patrick. Absolutely. It's an inside job first, right? That self-love comes first and then emanates out. You bet. Thank you. Thank you. Any other comments? Questions?
thoughts, sharing.
Experiences where you've transformed your life by turning to love and being the love. We love the testimonials.
It's our human condition. It's our human birthright to be in love. Like I said, we are born of love, and we recondition ourselves, and then we have to get back to that place of unconditional love again. And that's the journey. And if we get caught up in the pain of it, the frustration, we miss the blessings, like Patrick said, the many blessings of giving and receiving. And it's a circle. You know, I think about a symphony. I'm a musician. You guys know I'm a musician. And I used to play in the youth orchestra when I lived in Edmonton in Alberta. And there's different sections in a symphony. You have your horn section, you have your string section, you have your brass section, you have all of those sections. And one of my students was singing in vocal this week, and we both started crying. And I said to her, because I knew why I was crying, and I said to her, "Why are you crying?" And she said, "You know, when that lyric hits that melody, and then I could hear the bass come in like this, I just opened up my heart." And I said, and you know, if you've felt that, you know, and we've all felt it. Music transforms, it elevates, it lifts, it creates moments and memories. If we sing a song now, I Love Myself So Much reminded Gwen of a moment when she first heard it. And now you've heard it, so it'll remind you of this moment. So we create moments and memories. We're all part of the orchestra. The love is the conductor. And when
oh my God, that's beautiful.
Together, when we all come together under that umbrella of love, we make sweet, sweet music. And that's our life. That's our life. And there might be a sour note here, or there might be somebody off rhythm or beating to the rhythm of a different drum over here. But under the umbrella of love, we are one.
That's a profound image. Profound.
I have to say so. I mean, thank you very much for that, Reverend Barb, because that's just remarkable, and it's such a good visual. You know, that when you hear some music and you feel moved, your heart is just expanding, and so whatever comes in is there for you to experience in that moment, and brings back whatever memory that you hold so dear. So that's outstanding. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. That just came. I wrote that down too as you were saying it, because those are the things that we have to remember, and I want us to track those things and remember them and mark them down in our mind. And sometimes people are visceral. They feel, they're auditory, they hear, some see, they're visual. When we combine all of those things together, we never forget. We can't forget this moment now. This moment is now embedded into our hearts. Love has been embedded into our hearts and our souls this morning, this evening, today. And we get to be together to share that. So thank you.
And I invite you to take on the challenge of saying, I love you to your loved ones, and make it a habit maybe. And then extend your challenge and say, I love you to the beggar on the street, or the homeless person on the corner. You know, the ones that are probably most in need to hear it. Extend yourself. There's nothing to lose. There's only to gain. And of course, you're rippling out that beautiful love. Yeah.
You know, we all walk into a grocery store and there's somebody there, you know, and we can walk by, or we can, you know, sometimes we don't have anything to give them but our love. And I love that. So without judgment, as their hands are out or not out, don't wait for somebody to say, I need your love. Give them your love before it's expected. Give it. So I'm giving you my love.
Dr. Ken always says, when he finishes his talk, he always says, know you're loved. And I remember it just hitting me right here. It's like, oh, yeah. You know, you just don't think about it, I guess. And it's like just that phrase, know you're loved. Know you're loved. It's powerful. Yeah. Powerful.
So community, this is the life that we're living, and we get to now show our love in a monetary way of sharing your good. We are at our point of offertory, where I want you to know that we are an organization, we are a community that runs solely off of love offerings, your love offerings. If you're giving in North America, you can do so via PayPal. You can do so e-transfer in Canada, checks. If you're in Kenya, you can contact Nancy. She'll post the M-Pesa account number. And it doesn't matter how much or how little, every little cent will come back to you. It will come back to us greeting and meeting and loving each other the way we're doing today. And so we have some words of affirmation that I'd like Reverend Gwen to share with you and say out loud. And if you could unmute yourself and repeat these words after her. So everybody unmute, and really feel this at the core of who you are.
Put your hands on your heart. Put your hands on your heart. I'm filled with the energy of abundance.
I'm
filled with the energy of abundance.
I'm willing to share my financial good with my spiritual community.
I am willing
to share my financial good.
I shall go with my spiritual community.
And so it is.
And
So
So
it
it is.
So if
Is
you
it-
are requiring anybody that would like treatment, we can ask the practitioners to please stay, and we can assign you into a room so you can put your hand up, and Reverend Pat or Gwen can put you into rooms.
2-minute
And,
miracle.
yeah, while we do that, as you put your hands up, we'll have beautiful Nancy send us off into benediction. Yes, a 2-minute miracle. What are you looking for in your life? More love, more joy? Are you looking to express, receive, give, be? We can hold that. Our practitioners here are trained. They're licensed, trained practitioners. They've put many hours and years into this art of knowing the truth for you, and they want to serve you today.
And I do have an announcement. This Wednesday coming up, the 27th, Reverend Pat and Reverend Claire are teaching the foundations class. We have revamped it. It's a work of art. I'm going to say it's a work of art and a work in progress. So come on in and enjoy it. You get a workbook and it's got all the information in it. You don't even need an extra book. It's a mover and a shaker. So come on in and join these ladies in class. And it starts next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Kenyan time. Let Nancy know that you want to sign up.
Goodbye, Jerry. Thank you for everything. We love you. Can't wait
Okay.
to see you in Kenya.
Is there anybody that needs prayer? 2-minute miracle.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Tendai, Reverend Pat, Rahema, McKenna, Alfred. We see you. Hugs to the kids. Kareth, Lamech. We're going to be seeing you next week and pressing your flesh. We're going to touch you. George, Lucia, Patrick. Thank you for your input. Paul, incredible treatment. Hezekiah and Karen. If I could ask you, please, to close us out, Nancy.
Okay, thank you. That was a beautiful message, Reverend Barb. So let us take in a deep breath. And as we come to the end of this gathering, let us remain immersed in this love that we are. I am grateful for our community. I am grateful for the love that we share. I am grateful for the connections. And I am grateful for the recognition that we are this love. And so as we step out, let us remember to be the presence of love in our interactions, in our lives, in every moment. And let us love out loud. And so it is.
Oh, perfect. That's so it is.
And so
Oh,
it is.
and tomorrow is the gathering at, where is it, Nancy, Patrick? Is it at the office?
Office.
Office tomorrow at noon.
Yes. Welcome,
Be
everyone.
there. Be there. Everyone is welcome.
Yes.
Goodbye, good evening, good day. We love you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Lucia.
Bye.
Hezekiah. See you so long. Bye.
Lamech,
Shalom.
the countdown's on, Lamech.
I've glad missed you.
Hi, McKenna. I miss you too, darling. Say hi to your beautiful baby.
I will.
Lamech.